Now I just realized that my mic was on mute. Luckily, I didn't say anything important, because I was worried about you guys hearing the crunch of me eating these chips here in the beginning. But, yo, peoples! Onwards to a new chapter of My Hero Academia. Hee hee ho ho hoo hoo ha ha. These are some good chips, though. Simply organic white cheddar Doritos. Very tasty. Very good. But don't eat Doritos all the time. Doritos and Mountain Dew are not something you should eat all the time. It's bad for you if you eat it all the time. On occasion, yes. But substitute it for something healthy every now and again. Don't eat Doritos all the time or you turn into a Dorito. You've seen what happens to people when they eat too much of something in One Punch Man. They turn into that. I don't want to turn into a Dorito. But welcome everyone to a new chapter of My Hero Academia. In the last chapter, it was massively revealed. Hold your applause. Hold your breath. It was revealed, even though it was long time speculated, Dabi is Toya Todoroki, the long-lost, formerly thought to be dead son of Endeavor. And now he's here to, I guess, exact his revenge on his father and younger brother, Shoto. So, let's go ahead and read today's chapter, shall we? Chapter 291. Can't stay because I said I am reading it and don't want spoilers, but I am wondering how are you reading? They don't have the English version. I'm reading it from the Viz site. The same people that actually publish the mangas themselves. The actual manga volumes, because I got a whole bookshelf filled with books and I need to get another one because I'm running out of space to put them. But I'm reading it from the official site, from the official Viz publishers, and it's out right now. So that's the English that I'm using. The English version that I'm reading because I cannot read Japanese whatsoever. But chapter 291, thanks for going strong. The winds of winter howled that day, and the air was dry. In the past, I used to train on Sekoto Peak, and it was there that Toya burned to death. They say the fire burned at over 2,000 degrees Celsius. The body was never found. His bones were reduced to ash, and the blaze's updraft scattered them to the wind. Only a fragment of his lower jawbone was found, and yet, at this time, I kept... Huh? What's going on? What's going on with your hair, Toya?
Huh?
It's turning white.
No way! I ain't some old man!
Did you dye it?
Who, me? No way!
My eldest Toya didn't harbor frost within him.
But forget about that. Today's the day you teach me an ultimate move.
So this is back when Toya was a kid. But the fire he possessed was greater than my own. So, this kind of confirms what happened when Dabi ran into Endeavor the first time when he was fighting High End. The flames that Dabi puts out are stronger than Endeavor's. Even when Endeavor was younger, and Toya was just a kid before his death, his flames were stronger. His flames were stronger than Endeavor's was. But the fire he possessed was greater than my own. He didn't have a way to overcome the inescapable downside of overheating, but I nevertheless sought to raise the boy to be a hero. Meanwhile, I still yearned for a child whose quirk combined fire and ice. My wife wanted more children, saying they could encourage each other. Then Fuyumi, my second, was born. She only inherited Rei's quirk. Neither child bore the ideal quirk I was hoping for, but at the time I was happy all the same. So these are Endeavor's recollections, I guess, leading up to the moment that led to Dabi dying, to Toya dying. Because Toya had more potential than me, I placed my ambitions on his shoulders.
Ow.
I thought it could be you. And then all of a sudden, it shows what happens when he started to overuse his flames. Even as a kid, he started to show the effects of overusing his flames so much because there's a slight burn mark on his left arm as a kid. And Endeavor can only look on as his son is standing on the back of Makia. I thought it could be you. You could have been the one to reach my eternal goal. My frustration, my envy, the ugliness in my heart. You could have been the one to smash it all to dust. No, Toya is dead. Take back that despicable lie. Nope, I'm clearly alive, and that's the despicable truth, Dad. Because you put a whole... Wow, I just spit all over my mic. Oh my goodness, where did that come from? Nope, I'm clearly alive, and that's the despicable truth, Dad. Because you put a whole agency together of fire and heat type quirks, you didn't even suspect me. Dabi never spoke a word of this, and they're all just listening as Spinner and Compress take care of Shigaraki on Makia's back. He kept it hidden from us. What's up with that? But anyway, wake the heck up, Shigaraki. Makia needs orders. My word, another with quite the bloodline. Don't believe me? I'm happy to donate some blood or a hunk of skin. Go ahead, get a DNA test. Not that it matters, since the test I ran has already gone public. There's a 99.9% match between my DNA and a sample of Endeavor's blood from the battle in Kyushu. Still, I'm sure many of you believe this to be an elaborate hoax, so I'll just have to convince you otherwise. After that, Endeavor made sure Mom kept having kids. The fourth was someone most of you are familiar with, I think. Yes, at long last, little Shoto was a successful creation, and he even abused that successful creation. I've seen him do it many times. And it shows Natsu and Fuyumi getting told all these news. Endeavor doesn't have an empathetic bone in his body. At his core, he's addicted to the limelight. A man who wallows in his own small-mindedness and self-importance. Is that the sort of person who should call himself a hero? And everyone is just listening in on this. He's lying. He's gotta be. Who'd ever believe this junk? People ain't gonna lose faith in a hero over this. We're not that friggin' stupid. Those who keep company with Endeavor are no different. Take Hawks, the number 2 hero. Yo, Dabi's got footage of Hawks killing twice, and he's displaying it to the whole world. Yo! It literally shows Hawks embedding... Hey, Kitty Bree, welcome back. Kitty Bree... why am I saying that? It shows Hawks embedding his, feather sword into the back of twice. Take Hawks, the number 2 hero. What? I still gotta protect their happiness. The others are waiting for you. Yeah, okay. That crying villain who's trying to run away. I did my best to protect him, but Hawks skewered the guy without the slightest hesitation. Perfectly spliced and edited even on the fly. Bow down to my skills. So, Skeptic, using his know-how of editing footage, is trying to make it seem like everyone should be sympathetic to the villains, even though that's not the case. I should really put the light off because now there's a lot more light coming into my room, so I really don't need this big flashing light on me anymore. So, okay, that's gone now. But thanks to Skeptic, it's gonna paint a very awful picture for the heroes. Perfectly spliced and edited, even on the fly. Bow down to my skills. Thanks to you and your camera for that prime footage. No reason not to use what we got, right? This is my present to you, Endeavor. See, I did some digging into Hawks, that filthy spy. In order to curry favor with us, Hawks even killed a hero, the number 3 hero, in fact, who was recuperating. He killed Best Jeanist. Carrying out that murder didn't ruffle his feathers in the slightest, since violence is already so ingrained in his lifestyle. And it's really no wonder, since his own father was a serial robber and murderer, a villain, which is exactly why Hawk's background and a real name were kept secret. It was Endeavor who captured his father, actually. Maybe it was that connection and some twist of fate that brought these two men together. Wow, there's so... Wow, okay, hold on. There's a lot going on right now. We're getting a little bit of Hawks history. And now we're getting to... In order to curry favor with us, Hawks even killed a hero, the number 3 hero, in fact, who was recuperating, Best Jeanist. So, by Toya's words, Best Jeanist is gone. He's dead. By his words. I'm still waiting, because you know in comic books, he ain't dead if there ain't no body. So I kind of want to see Best Jeanist again before I reserve to say that he's dead. So there's that. But Hawk's father was a serial robber and murderer, and Endeavor was the one who brought him in. So how did Hawks really feel about Endeavor and about being a hero? Most of all, with all this going on in his life. It's a lot to think about right now. It was Endeavor who captured his father, actually. Maybe it was that connection and some twist of fate that brought these men together. I couldn't let that stand. These twisted people with skeletons in their closets, they cover it all with masks of justice. But they don't stop there. They call themselves heroes and keep fooling everyone. I just want everyone to stop and think. The only ones these heroes protect are themselves. With all that ugliness inside, they use you people to give them protection, approval, admiration. By speaking out, he's already won. Can't you see, kid? This is bad news. Can't you see? Oh, wait, okay. By speaking out, he's already won. Can't you see, kid? This is bad news. Whether he's lying or not, that's a question for later. He might be a villain, but people are gonna lose faith over this. I hate to say it, but me too. I'm sorry, especially with all this damage and destruction. Anyone witnessing all this would have to be stupid not to lose faith, right? Thanks for going strong up until now, Endeavor. And then it shows... Endeavor, at the time I kept searching for you. Father, here he comes! I didn't believe you were dead. Protect Midoriya and the others. Hado and I will fight. Get moving, you gotta protect them, come on! Worry about the rest later! And then Dabi just covers himself in fire. His blue flames. Flash fire fist! And it shows Midoriya and Bakugo. And then Dabi says, Prominence! Ow! 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 10 out of 10! 10 out of 10! 10 out of 10 chapter! Oh! Before anything happens, something pops up out of the ground and immediately binds Toya! Wires from the sky? Apologies for the delay. As of today, Best Jeanist is back on duty! The man is not dead! Yo, the man is not dead! Best Jeanist is back, baby! Yo! Best Jeanist is alive! I'm so glad I didn't resolve myself to just... immediately conforming to Best Jeanist is dead. Best Jeanist is back. As of today, Best Jeanist is back on duty. Woo-hoo! Yo! What a clutch! That's amazing. So you mean to tell me that the person that was in that plane a chapter ago, as they were talking, was Best Jeanist waiting to drop in and support them. Coming in with multiple canisters that are just full of threads that he can manipulate at will. Yo! Yo, this chapter got me mad hype. Why is my background so bright? Good lord, I don't remember turning my brightness up. That is a little bit too bright. What is going on? Okay, there we go. I don't know why the exposure was so high there for a moment. But yo, Best Jeanist is here. I can't, yo! So Hawks faked Best Jeanist's death. I kind of suspected, but I didn't want to say anything. Because I was thinking, there's absolutely no way that he's just gonna up and kill a hero in order to prove himself to the villains. Even though it kind of looked that way, there was no way that he was just gonna kill the number 3 hero. There had to be like a faked body double. And this just all out confirms it. Best Jeanist is back. And he's here to whip these mans into shape. What a fashionable entrance for a fashionable guy. You ain't kidding. Yo, your boy is back here to teach these people how to dress. When the viewers see Best Jeanist, they will probably think everything else was a lie too. Seriously, Toya went out of his way to say that Hawks, the number 2 hero, is a killer, and he even killed Best Jeanist to get in good with the villains. But as soon as the public sees that Best Jeanist is alive, they're automatically going to question everything they just heard from Toya. So literally, his whole big plan to turn the citizens against the heroes could very well go up in smoke thanks to Best Jeanist showing up alive and well. So pretty much, Toya spending all this time monologuing like an Incredibles villain will probably be all for naught as soon as they see that Best Jeanist is alive. Now, mind you, I don't know if they have a camera on him, but we'll have to see. At the same time, if they see Best Jeanist, they're automatically going to think, what? Best Jeanist is alive? So that means that everything this guy said is a lie as well! Which means that the villains are not going to get the people to sway to their side so easily. Woo! This was such a hype chapter! Yo, we got a hype chapter of One Piece today, and a hype chapter of My Hero Academia as well. I am happy and content. Ladies and gentlemen, this was an amazing 10 out of 10 chapter! Okay. Let's just go back over this. And like you guys know, my One Piece reactions tend to be longer than My Heroes. My Heroes tend to be a little bit short, but let's just go back over this real quick. And the next chapter hits November 29th, so that means we are actually going on break next week for My Hero Academia, and we're getting one final chapter of My Hero in the month of November on the 29th, which is the week after next week. And then we'll be moving into December. Wow, we only have like 2 full weeks of and a day of November left, and then we move into December already. Really, already moving into December so quickly? This year has flown by, but the sooner we get out of 2020, the better. Because 2020 has been such a crappy year. Can we just say that? It's just been just bad over in general. Not because of COVID, but because we've lost so many people. We've lost Alex Trebek. We've lost so many people. We've lost so many big names and so many people we've looked up to and had a great amount of respect for. We just lost so many people, and not just famous people, but families have lost people that are close to them. So the sooner we get out of this year, hopefully it'll be for the better going on from 2021. But such a phenomenal chapter. Oh, I enjoyed this. Oh, that is how you make an entrance, bruh. That is how you make an entrance! But let's go back as we see the history of Toya as he's growing up, and we're told you should start reading Black Clover and Chainsaw Man. I'll keep it into consideration. I don't want to bog myself down too much with too many mangas all at one time. It's like, as of right now, I'm not in a space where I could just dedicate all that time to reading nothing but manga all the time, due to where I currently work now. It just makes it tricky. So until I can turn this into a full-time thing, then the amount of manga are going to be kind of somewhat limited at the moment. But as soon as I can do this full time, then I'll start adding more and more manga to the channel that I can read to you guys. That's just the only stipulation. The current job I work at right now is a bit restricting when it comes to, me being able to do all of these all at once throughout an entire week. So just got to pace myself until I get to that point. I will get to that point at some point, but as of right now, I can't do that yet. So just be patient with me, and I'll slowly start adding more manga to the channel as I spend more time doing this. So just know that it's on the table. It's on the list of many things you guys want me to do on this channel. So don't worry, I'm not sidestepping it. It is definitely on the list. Black Clover and Chainsaw Man and some other manga you guys told me to look at as well. So don't worry about it. Just know that it's in my head and it will always stay there. But we learn about the childhood of Toya, where we learn that Endeavor says that even though he was still trying to get that perfect child that had both ice and fire in his body, in their bodies, ice and fire quirks in their bodies, to be the successor that could surpass All Might. And we learn that Toya's flames, even though he was a young kid, his flames burned and had far greater firepower. That was not an intentional pun. Than Endeavor's did back when Toya was just a kid. And as he was growing up, his hair started to slowly turn white. Wait, actually, what's going on with your hair, Toya, huh? It's turning white. No way, I ain't some old man. Did you dye it what me? No way. But the thing is, with Toya's hair, it was black and it was dyed. But at the same time, it does show that his hair is also a different color. He talks about how his other kids were born, but they didn't have any of the quirks either that he wanted. Then Shoto was born, and he was born with the quirk that Endeavor wanted. And then we have Dabi going into his big old monologue about heroes this, heroes that, how Endeavor is just a man who only put himself first in trying to get the perfect kid. Then it shows Fuyumi teaching in class, but then she's told about what's going on. Natsu sees it as he's getting out of one of his classes. Then we got other people who are just walking through the streets and people who are watching the news of all this info that Toya's talking about. Then he has a video of Hawk stabbing into Twice, spliced together by Skeptic in order to make it seem like the heroes are the real villains of the whole thing. We got the kid who's a fan of Endeavor, watching on with his shark-faced friend. I don't know if that's a shark or whatever, but Toya's going on and doing his long-winded monologue about heroes are only in it for themselves, and they're only in it for the admiration. They're only in it for the protection from the citizens and approval and all that, yada yada. And saying that how Hawks is a betrayer of heroes because his father was a serial robber and murderer, and Endeavor imprisoned him at some point in his past. And Hawks went about killing both Twice and Best Jeanist in order to get it, and killed Best Jeanist in order to get in good with the villains, and then killed Twice in service of the heroes. And then he's all like, thanks for going headstrong up until now, Endeavor, and as he prepares to try and kill both Toya, as Toya prepares to kill both Shoto and Endeavor. But before he does that, before Dabi coats himself in fire in an attempt to use a flash fire prominence burn, before that even happens, multiple threat canisters fall from the air and and actually start to fasten around Toya. And from the air, we get Best Jeanist alive and well and prepared to fight. Yo, it's such a hype intro. I gotta say, when it comes to villains of My Hero Academia, they have some of the best dialogue. They really do. Especially when they're monologuing. And sure, we see a lot of villains do monologuing in different sorts of media. Syndrome, villains from Incredibles, or any sort of other media where the villains like to talk a long time about, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do that. You cannot stop me. The world cannot stop me. I will be successful. And then maniacal laugh, yada, yada, yada. But here in My Hero Academia, a lot of the villains have some very well-written dialogue, which is backed up by their characters and their backgrounds and their personalities, and it just adds on to these characters as a whole. Over the course of me reading My Hero Academia, you can sometimes end up rooting for the villains at times and just be kind of taken aback by just how well written a lot of these villains are. From All For One to Shigaraki, now Toya, and then you got Toga. You got all these different villains who are having their moments to kind of just have a whole chapter dedicated to them and how they behave, their mannerisms, their thought process, their reasons for doing what they do. It's also very well written, and I'm just amazed that My Hero Academia is one of those mangas out there right now that can do that so effortlessly. Like, Hirokoshi is literally a master of writing characters just as good as Oda. Because I put both My Hero Academia and One Piece in the same regards, in regards to quality of how characters are written, how the world is built, and how sympathetic and how characters can move you emotionally in certain ways. It's just amazing just how far the story of My Hero Academia, which just started out like, oh, okay, this is like a superhero type manga. Okay. Did we ever think that it would get this deep? Ever? Did we ever think that it would get to this amount of character development for certain characters? I just find it amazing how My Hero Academia is only like 291 chapters in, getting closer to 300, mind you. And it is literally showing its chops. Like, every chapter we see is just an amazing chapter, but we are literally seeing all these different types of mangas, but My Hero Academia is really setting itself apart as one of those great mangas that are like one of the best well-written type stories that you can get into. So I enjoyed this. This was I'm giving this the same score I gave the One Piece chapter earlier today, a 10 out of 10. Just to see all these monologues and resolutions and revelations by Toya, and then just to see Best Jeanist just drop back in. Best Jeanist is officially back on duty. You got the number 3 hero beneath Hawks. Hawks is currently being taken care of by the medical team because it showed a panel where Tokoyami was standing there next to him as Hawks is getting bandaged up because he got severely burned. But you got the 3 top heroes. Hawks is down, so that leaves Endeavor, who is still hurt a little bit. But Best Jeanist, he's all raring to go to fight people. We get to see just how capable Best Jeanist is in a straight up fight. What will Best Jeanist do? Don't know, but we're gonna have to find out the next time in the next chapter of My Hero Academia, which will be dropping on November 29th. So I am looking forward to that chapter with you guys. But before I close this out, I'm probably gonna finish this off at like 30 minutes. I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who came out to see me today. Really does mean a lot. You guys know me. I'm always thanking you guys, but it really does mean a lot to me, the support that you show for this channel, whether it's through your comments or your likes or however other means that are available for supporting this channel. I just want to say thank you for just taking the time out of your day to watch me. It really does. I love doing this. I can't stress that enough. I love doing this. This is my area of expertise. This is what I'm good at. This is what I love doing. This is where my mindset literally just goes 100% full auto, and I automatically just, this is my comfort zone, okay, guys? I just love this. But just thank you. Before I go on for too long, thank you for supporting this channel after all these years, and the amount of people that have been showing love for my channel after all this time. It really does mean a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But that's all I got. So this is a 10 out of 10 chapter. We got 2 awesome chapters of both One Piece and My Hero Academia, and I enjoyed all of it, and I enjoyed reading it for you guys. Thank you. I'm gonna get better at doing these voices so you guys can be more immersed into these chapters. So I'm just gonna be, doing more demo reels and me doing videos of me voicing characters. But that'll be a little bit later on to this week. Probably won't be today, but it'll be throughout this week. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. So have a fantastic, and if you're here for the very first time and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then maybe consider subscribing. But only if you really enjoyed what you saw and you want to see more. Then just consider subscribing because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, thank you, Susan. Later, peoples. I'm not done yet. I still gotta do my reaction to the One Piece episode, so busy.